Hello students, good morning. In the last class, we have learnt about the inheritance of two genes and also the law of independent assortment. Today, in this class, we are going to learn about the chromosomal theory of inheritance in chapter 5, the principles of inheritance and variation. So today's topic is chromosomal theory of inheritance. In the year 1865, Mendel he published his work on inheritance, but it remained unrecognized till 1900. The reason for his unrecognition of his work or the communication was not easy in those days, so his work could not be widely publicized. Secondly, his concept of genes, that is the factors, are stable units and they controlled the traits, was not accepted because of continuous variation seen in nature. Mendel, he told that factors are stable units and they controlled the characters, but variation was continuous in nature, so scientists they could not accept his concept. And his approach of using mathematics to explain biological phenomena was not accepted by many biologists. He was the first person to apply mathematics in biology, so it was not accepted by many biologists. And he could not provide any physical proof for the existence of factors or genes, or he could not say what they are made of. So, because of these reasons, his work on inheritance remained unrecognized till 1900. In the year 1900, three scientists, De Vries, Correns and von Schirmacher, these three scientists, they independently rediscovered Mendel's result on the inheritance of characters. And also due to advancement in microscopy, they were able to observe cell division. All the scientists, they could observe cell division because of the discovery of microscope after the year 1900. And then some structures in the nucleus, they doubled and they divided before cell division, and they called them as chromosomes. They are called chromosomes because they are colored bodies as they were visualized by staining. Staining means coloring agent. When we add coloring agents, we could see the chromosomes. So chromosomes means colored bodies. So all these three scientists, they independently rediscovered Mendel's result on the inheritance of characters, and the next, due to advancement in microscopy, they were able to observe cell division, and then they found out the colored bodies, that is chromosomes. They doubled and they divided before cell division. And in the year 1902, chromosome movement during meiosis had been worked out. They could understand the movement of chromosomes during meiosis. And then the two scientists, Walter Sutton and Theodore Boveri, they found out the behavior of chromosomes was parallel to the behavior of genes. And so they used chromosome movement to explain Mendel's law. The Walter Sutton and Theodore Boveri, so two scientists, they could find out the behavior of chromosomes. They found out the behavior of chromosomes was parallel to the behavior of genes. Same, the movement of chromosomes, behavior of chromosomes was same as that of the genes. And then they used the chromosome movement to explain Mendel's law, because Mendel he used only the factors, that genes. But now they could find out chromosomes, and so they explained Mendel's law, that is Mendel he explained his law on the basis of factors. Now they explain the same Mendel's law on the basis of chromosomes and their movement. We should remember that chromosomes as well as genes, they occur in pair. Chromosomes also, they occur in pair, and then genes also, they occur in pair. And then the two alleles of a gene pair are located on homologous sites on homologous chromosomes. These two are the homologous chromosomes. They are replicated homologous chromosomes. Then see, this is the place where genes are located. So that place is known as loci. The place where genes are located are known as loci. And then these alleles, these are genes. Genes, they occur in homologous chromosomes. Homologous sites, same site on homologous chromosomes. These two are homologous chromosomes. And then this is the place where the genes are located, and that place is known as locus or loci plural. And then these two are the alleles, maybe homozygous or heterozygous. So one chromosome, one gene in one chromosome and another gene in another chromosome, homologous chromosome, but at the same place, that is homologous site. And then during anaphase of meiosis 1, the two chromosome pairs, they align at the metaphase plate independently of each other. The homologous, the chromosomes, they arrange in metaphase plate at the center of the cell during anaphase of meiosis, but they arrange independently of each other. Look at page number 82 in your NCERT book. See here, let us compare the behavior of chromosomes and genes. Chromosomes also, they occur in pair, and genes also occur in pairs, and they segregate at the time of gamete formation such that only one of each pair is transmitted to a gamete. So at the time of formation of gamete, only one of the each pair, they go to one gamete. See, one pair, they occur in pair, but only one will go to one gamete. These are all gametes. That is, germ cells are otherwise known as gametes, and then only one pair, they go to each gamete. Here also, they segregate at gamete formation, and only one of each pair is transmitted to a gamete. The same process. And then independent pairs segregate independently of each other. These pairs, they segregate independently. They come and lie together independently. See here, orange and green, they lie together. Here you see orange and red. So they, and also they separate. These two, they separate, and then this yellow and red, they separate. Here orange and red separate, and yellow and green, they separate. So they independent pairs, they segregate independent of each other. They separate independent of each other. Here also, one pair segregates independently of another pair. Here also, the pairs, one pair, they segregates independently of another pair. Now, during anaphase of meiosis, the two chromosome pairs, they ally at the metaphase plate independently of each other. To understand the behavior of chromosomes, we can compare the chromosomes of 4 different colors. See, orange, green, yellow and red. 4 different colors of chromosomes. In the left column, that is possibility 1, one long orange and short green chromosomes and long yellow and short red chromosomes are the same pole. Here they lie together and they are located in the same pole. And here possibility 2, in this way also, because they act independent of each other. So they may come and lie with red color, this orange and red and yellow and green. And at the time of meiosis 2, anaphase of meiosis 2, they separate. Here this orange, it is separated with green. Here orange chromosome separated with red color chromosome. So this shows the independent assortment of chromosomes. They independent pairs, they segregate independently of each other. Two scientists, Sutton and Boveri, they argued that pairing and separation of a pair of chromosomes would lead to the segregation of a pair of factors they carried. So the chromosomes, when they separate, the genes or factors they are also separated. And then scientist Sutton, he proposed, on studying all these things, he proposed that chromosomal theory of inheritance. And then one scientist, Thomas Hunt Morgan, he found out that by doing experiments with fruit fly, that is Drosophila melanogaster, that the basis for variation is produced by sexual reproduction. And for his work, he used this fruit fly Drosophila melanogaster. Thomas Hunt Morgan, he worked with fruit fly, that is Drosophila melanogaster, because of the advantageous characters of this fruit fly. They could be grown on simple synthetic medium in the laboratory. These fruit flies can be grown on simple synthetic medium in the laboratory. And these fruit flies, they complete their life cycle in about 2 weeks. Within 2 weeks, they can complete their life cycle. And then single mating could produce a large number of progeny flies. Many these fruit flies can be produced with single mating. And there was a clear differentiation of the sexes. Male and female fruit flies can be easily differentiated. Look at this picture in your image in your NCERT book. This one is the male and this one is the female Drosophila melanogaster. We can easily differentiate the male and the female. Males are smaller and females are larger in size. And it has many types of hereditary variations that can be seen with low power microscope. So many variations are there in fruit fly. Some fruit flies are yellow bodied and some are brown bodied. Some have white eyes and some have red eyes. And some have miniature wings, some have normal wings. These are all the different variations we can see in the Drosophila melanogaster. That is why because of this reason, he studied by using this fruit fly. And these fruit flies, they have all these advantageous characters. That's all for today, students. Tomorrow, let us discuss about linkage and recombination. Thank you, students.